Alrighty, Easy Bakers. So today we're going to be making CBD infused hot Cheetos. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at Daverney Freeman, and let's be gang. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Now let's move on to the video. First, you're going to start off with your infused butter. I did not clarify this butter, so the little gunk that you see on it is from me not clarifying it, and I really kind of don't care to clarify it, but that's just my business. If you guys want to know how to make infused butter, definitely comment down below and I'll get up on that thing, girl. So now I have melted down my infused butter. I put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds and just stir it around, and it should melt down very easily. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my rubber spatula and stir this around, and I'm going to portion out my chips. So there really isn't a cut dry type of cookie cutter when it comes to dosage. It really just depends on you and how much you would like in your bags of chips. I'm using 5 milliliters. That's my little dropper that I'm using right there to determine what my dosage will be per bag. This bag I believe I made like 2 to 3 Ziploc bags of this, and I was able to determine that each bag had about 23 milligrams of stuff inside of it, and to me the average milligrams are 5, so I think that was kind of pretty good. So with whatever you use your CBD for, you don't want to overdo it, but you can definitely kind of calculate that. If you guys really want a detailed video on how you can calculate this, then we can go from there. But you just want to make sure that all of your chips are nice and covered, not soaking wet, but covered enough so everything can infuse well. Then you want to lay them out very like in a single layer. I really take my time to lay them out in a single layer, because if they're on top of each other, you're going to kind of like that defeats the purpose basically. So you want to put a nice even roll. Do not overcrowd your pan like we never do, Easy Bakers. Then you're going to move on to the next step. Now that I have them in a single layer, I'm just going to add a little bit more butter on top of them, because I'm a little extra and I like for all my foods to be a little extra. When you think you got enough, I be like, pow, you don't. So I'm going to put this in a 350-degree oven for 3-minute intervals, taking them out after the 3 minutes just to really check on them to make sure that they're not burning, because baby, they will burn. When I tell you they will burn, girl, they will burn. So I'm taking that same rubber spatula that I used to mix up that butter and just kind of mixing them around again, just to make sure that everything is evenly coated and nothing is sticking down to burn. Then I'm gonna go ahead and place them back on in that oven for another 3 minutes until they get to the smell and the infusion that I like. And what you guys are seeing here, I'm just trying to make sure that they're not on top of each other so much, just trying to make sure they get that even layer as much as I can. And I end up placing them in the oven about 3 to 4 different times for those 3-minute intervals. Just between you and us girlfriends, good Judy's honey, if you guys get this video up to 4,000 views, I can definitely show you how to make CBD infused butter, tinkerage, as well as oil. So let's just get these views up and you guys will know how to make all of this good stuff. So now I'm just going to let them dry for about 10 minutes. But now that I'm done with that, I can pick it up and you guys still see there is a crunch still to them. It is not soggy like some other people. They're very crunchy, they're very nice. And just to add up that flavor, I'm just taking a little bit of chips, putting that in my food processor, grinding them up until kind of like powder, because I want that heat just to be like packed down. The people that I invite to my parties and different things like that, they like it spicy, they like it crunchy. Hey, so that's what I'm doing right now, just giving it just a little razzle-dazzle, and I'm putting this over on top of it, so when it dries, it all just dries together. Now this is definitely an optional step, but that's just something that I personally like to do. And I also just put a little bit of tinkerage on it too, just to make my people really feel the effects of that CBD. So that's just my preference with what I like to do. But you are going to just let these come, just dry a little, then place them in your bags. So you guys, this was only about 2 bags. I just did 2 bags, and I thought it had 23, but with 2 bags, it was at least 45 milligrams inside of both of those bags, honey. So, girl, we had fun, period. And I'll also show you guys how I heat seal my bags too. I just take my flat iron, since I do not use them for my head, and I just put it on the bags just like that. I do this when I use my nerd ropes and heat seal my nerd ropes and my Cheetos in the smaller bags. I just didn't have any smaller bags, so I used Ziploc bags this time. But as you guys can see, it is sealed. You don't have to worry about anything becoming stale, and that's what I love about these CBD chips and Cheetos. I can just heat seal them in, and I can just get them at any time. They last for as long as chips last on the shelf, baby. When I tell you, girl. Thank you for watching the video, and I will definitely talk to you on my next one.